Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Way Up Trading, where we dive deep into the world of options trading and technical analysis. So if you're new here, my name is Will Homer, and I started this channel to share some knowledge with some fellow traders and some new traders who are looking to take their skills to the next level. So we cover everything from beginner level concepts all the way up to more advanced trading techniques. Now, everything is all being done with the goal of having your outcome be more income in 2023. So if you like this type of content, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get more videos like this in the future. With that being said, let's hop right into the video. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chart for AMC Entertainment. I know a lot of people are involved in this, as well as myself. Got a few calls on this for 5/5 expiration, which is the earnings date that's coming up next Friday, as well as some additional calls here for June 16th. June 16th, I have $6 calls, and for the earnings date, I have 5/5 calls. They were up as much as 75% today. Did take a couple of those things off the table as a scalp, but I'm sure there's going to be more opportunities to re-enter, being that earnings I expect it to be very bullish. We have popcorn sales. We have a lot of things as far as the box office is concerned. So huge expectations for AMC going forward. And it's a possibility that we have moved a lot closer towards profitability for this company and pretty much killing the entire short thesis. So the volume on this thing has been amazing. I know it's been moving really slow, but that's what usually happens when we're at the end of a schematic. I'm going to remove the indicators for a moment. But as we've talked about in the past, we have a descending broadening wedge that's been on the chart here since the beginning of AMC. Then it's at this point we had a breakout back in June of the descending broadening wedge, popped out of it, got our squeeze in June after a retest of a midline of this larger bullish channel that we've been playing since AMC's inception. After the June 2021 squeeze, we've basically been in a descending broadening wedge, playing the upside and downside of this wedge until now we're in a larger falling wedge, which is the green support line as well as the red resistance line. I have these lines here marked off for the dates that were pretty important, which was the settlement lawsuit date as well as the earnings date for upcoming May 5th. More recently, we've had the last setup, which has been a broadening top pattern, where we played A, B, C, D, and E, being completely bull and bear trapped throughout this entire schematic, obviously because the shorts need to get shares and they're trying to pull their way out of this position. Obviously, AMC is getting stronger fundamentally, so it's a very difficult stock to kind of keep an eye on in terms of technical analysis, but we do the best we can with this thing, so do take it easy on anyone who is running technical analysis on this stock. We're going ahead, we have this broadening top pattern more recently since the last earnings report for Q4 of last year. We've played the top and bottom of this broadening pattern. We are now setting up for almost what it looks like a inverse head and shoulders, where we have the left shoulder head, which was the dump from the Allegheny lawsuit that came up, and they have now created a right shoulder, which is giving us the top end of the resistance line of the falling wedge pattern that we have on decreasing volume, because there is very little selling volume that's actually coming through on the tape. Supply is diminished, demand is increasing as we get closer to profitability. This thing is wound up really tight. We'll take a look at some of the indicators and see what the major support resistance levels are going to be in terms of a breakout. But I think we're almost at a point where this thing is going to start to rocket. I'm expecting at some point to actually play the top side of this broadening top pattern before hitting resistances, as well as this downtrend of the descending broadening wedge at roughly about $6.45, $9.60, as well as $13, all lining up within the time frame of earning. But first, we have to break out of this area, which is roughly around the 575 mark before we're playing the next level. Looking at some of the indicators, this is the daily chart. You can see we have all our crosses lined up. Crosses to the downside took place after we lost our highs of 853 from the last earnings report. Played the downside, got our bounce up here, have our 921 cross, and we are now awaiting a 1348 cross above our resistance levels, which are just around the 537 and 547 mark. Hopefully breaking this area here, which I believe is the smooth moving average on the 4-hour chart. Once we break this area, 576 is going to be a major resistance, because again, it's going to be the downtrend falling wedge. Once we break out of that, our next major resistance is going to be again the descending broadening wedge, the top of the descending broadening wedge, which is roughly around that 643. Next levels I'm looking for a continuation into next week. Breaking that area, 573, 575, somewhere around there should take us straight to 613. After that, 645. Once we break this area, it should be game on. We should start getting more towards the $8 and $9 region within the next couple of days. So hopefully this plays out. I know a lot of folks are huge on this, myself included. I'm all about this stock. So we're going to keep a close eye on AMC. Just want to give you a quick update of what I see going forward. As long as volume continues to play through, it shouldn't be an issue at all. We should start to get the numbers that we're looking for in the short term. I don't see a huge or squeeze move happening until somewhere in the summertime. However, I do expect all-time highs to happen on this. I've said this before. I'll say it again. All-time highs I'm expecting to happen on this stock at some point in time. I do have the major 400 moving average sitting somewhere here at around the $10.66 mark. Once this breaks out of this area, it can get really volatile really quick. I have target 1 sitting at about $20.72. Target 2, $29.85, which is just about close to all-time high. And as well as the top of the bull channel that we've been in since the beginning sits somewhere around the $60 mark, which would probably take place if we get to those numbers more toward the end of the year. So a lot of opportunities. If AMC can go ahead and become profitable, it's something that we can expect to happen soon. So if you're holding on to your shares, continue holding on. If you're playing calls, I'll never tell you to buy or sell, but based on what I can see technical analysis wise, it's a lot to look forward to on this stock. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the video, and I want to know what you guys think. Leave your comments and questions down in the comment box below. And of course, if that button is still red, go ahead and click like, subscribe. Join us on the way up. We're going to be here every single day, growing our portfolios together and making the outcome income for 2023. Don't forget, leave your comments, like, subscribe, and we're going to see you on the next video.